Yeah, let's get it.
I'd probably take
The Rexo.
What's good? What's poppin'? What's good? What's poppin'? Welcome back
to the channel.
Good to see y'all.
Welcome back, gang. So today's topic is why us women stay in toxic relationships. I know I like to clap my hands in all the time.
I'm like this the whole way through because so passionate. I'm a hand speaker.
Definitely a hand speaker.
But
yeah, today's topic is why we stay in toxic relationships. So like,
why the hell are you settling? Why? Let's get into it.
But yeah, I was in a toxic relationship. Why can't I say toxic relationship? I was in a toxic relationship and I felt like girl, I felt I couldn't leave because like you get comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
You get really comfortable and you start feeling like, not that you need that person, but a little bit like you start feeling like, oh, if I leave then I've got to pattern this or I've got to do this and he does this, I do this. So you start like, instead of thinking about your heart, you start thinking about all the other things you've got invested in with that person.
It's comfortable in it.
Yeah.
It's comfortable in that setup. So it's like imagining life without
that whole
setup.
Even though it was toxic, you start thinking about, oh, but he is okay and he does do this and he does this and you start trying to eliminate them things that are bad to try and think about all the things he does good. And
you want your reasons to stay, like you want to justify why I'm going to stay with this man.
Yeah, you start doing a lot of mad stuff to just like make yourself feel like this is the right decision, and more time it's not. Like, and toxic don't have to be just like abusive. It's the arguments. It's a man making you feel less than.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
well, both ways. It's either way, innit? It's like how you talk to each other. It could just be that it's got to a level of how you talk to each other. Sometimes it might be, you know, some people, they do play fighting. But like as a joke, you start off, I think play fighting is good. Sometimes it leads to other things, you know. But
girl.
But yeah, sometimes you start something and it crosses over boundaries, you know what I mean? And it's just like, So it's like little things, like sort of even the way you speak to each other, the things you do, it could just be toxic both ways.
Yeah.
Like it don't have to be the guy or the woman. It could just be that you're both toxic for each other.
And you're just both so like, you know each other so well. You know how to irk each other. So like, you know how to push each other's buttons. And when you're in a toxic relationship, you push each other's buttons to the limit. Like
petty,
very petty. And I feel like when you're in that space, you need to know when it's time to leave. Mm-hmm. And more time, people in toxic relationships don't know when to leave. You don't. You stay probably for longer than people that are in good relationships and you break up. But you tend to feel like you need that person more. It's a weird feeling, but you feel stuck.
It's like habit, innit? It's like creatures of habit. So it's like you're so accustomed to a certain lifestyle that you settle even if things are negative. Yeah. So it could just be like little patterns that you have in terms of, oh, but you know, he does the school run while I goes to work, or or you've got some things together like financial stuff. So it could be a house, a car. Like it's just like, so how am I going to pay for this, or how am I going to do that? So you start finding reasons, or you feel stuck. You feel like I have to stay because I can't function without him, sort of stuff.
Yeah, and then another reason why I feel that women stay is because of the years and the kids. So a lot of women think, oh, well, I've been with him for 10 years, so why am I going to leave the situation now? Like, even if it's toxic, I might as well stay. I've invested so much years with this person. It makes sense to me to just stay. No, babes, leave.
Also, some women also feels like, oh, you know, like, so you've kind of helped him through his journey and you've got him to a certain position. It's like, why am I going to let another girl come and take all that I've worked hard for? I've set him up good for him to then just go be with another chick. So you just feel like, no, I'm staying for what's rightfully mine, even if it ain't even It ain't even pretty, babes.
And it's also a soul question for both of you. Like it makes women insecure, and I'm sure it makes men insecure too, because it's always like you're just arguing. What goodness are you feeling? Like, yeah, there's good times, but more time in toxic relationship, there's more bad times than there are good times. Like, and you start falling into a pattern of knowing it's gonna be more bad times, so you're getting used to it now. Like, the arguments become normal, like it's a normal thing.
Or the cycle, or like, yeah, we're gonna have this argument, he's gonna go missing for a minute, or I'm gonna go missing, and then we'll be cool. Back, yeah. So it's like, it's just becomes, you've made something that's not normal entirely normal, just because that's you lot set up and you're gonna stay together.
Or not even like getting into an argument now, and instead of like where before you might apologise to each other, it's now like we just talk like it's nothing now. We don't apologise, we just start talking normal back again. And sort of that one, but it happens, and you just. There's no sorry. It's just like, yeah, we're going to start communicating. We'll come back and normal. What are we doing for dinner, babes? Like, nah, that's not cool. Like, we need to protect our own peace, our own energies. Like, you need to know that. You need to know your worth. Both of you. Like, know your worth, innit? Know what you should be tolerating.
I just think sometimes to get to the prettier side of life, or where you're supposed to be, you need to get comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So whether that means that, I don't know how I'm going to figure it out, whatever the case may be, sometimes this is where I'm going to get into my little godly moment. Like, you need to believe in something. Where there's a will, there's a way, and God never gives you nothing, no more than you can bear. Do you understand? So you might need to have a little uncomfortable moment to get yourself together, to figure out how you're going to do it, whatever, and then the freedom after, like, if it's toxic, I'm telling you, when you're free, you're gonna feel
the weight off your shoulders.
The weight off your shoulders. You're gonna feel like, what was I even doing for so long? Do you get what I mean? So sometimes you just need to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Remember what I said. Okay? Get comfortable with being uncomfortable so that you can see the beauty of what life should really be like, because you get so stuck in a cycle that you're willing to settle and sit down in something that you know in your heart is not good. Yeah. It's not healthy. It's not happy. You're not happy. Do you understand?
Come out of it. And that's the thing, that we will sit there happily unhappy in a relationship just to feel, just because we're comfortable, just because we are scared to leave. We're scared to, like, I've heard a lot of people say they're scared because they don't want to have to relove their insecurities to another man or another woman, or have to do it all over again. It's the whole cycle of, like, I can't be bothered to go and look again, and no one else is out there, no one's going to really want me, I got my man's kids, and there's always an excuse why you can't go out there, you can't leave, you can't escape. But you can leave. Mm-hmm. Someone's gonna love you. Trust me on that. Like, no matter how much kids you have, no matter what you look like, there's someone that's gonna love you for you, bro. Like,
sometimes people just are scared of being alone. Some people just don't like the idea of being alone. They're like relationship bunnies. Like, they have to always be in something with someone to feel good. And that, I feel that personally comes from a lack of self-love. Yeah. When you don't know self-love and self-worth, you can't. It's like, you need someone to make you feel good. Your goodness and feeling good is solely off of someone else.
So that's toxic within itself.
100%, because they're controlling your emotions. Yeah. So if they say it's a bad day, bitch, it's a bad day. Do you get what I mean? If they're gonna piss you off, do you get what I mean? Like, they're in control of your whole emotions.
But that's why it's always good when you have a breakup to, like, give yourself time. Like, I've been in positions where I've had relationships and not even been out of a relationship 3 months and got into a whole other relationship. I haven't given myself time to even get to know me again as a person by myself. I'm now dropping a relationship with the same dramas I had with that relationship, and I'm bringing it in. So whatever my man done to me before, I'm going to bring it into that relationship. And now I'm bringing that whole toxic energy into the new relationship when I should be coming afresh. I should be a whole new born again woman, but I haven't given myself time to breathe. That's what you have to do. Like, learn to love you, learn to know what you love within yourself, and then the rest will follow. Like,
what makes you happy? I just feel like a lot of the time women don't know what makes you happy. No. It's always attached to something else or someone else. Do you understand? You need to literally find what makes me happy every day, or like, what do I enjoy doing? Enough people, if you ask them that, it's like I don't know, you know, like, that's crazy. You literally don't know the things that fill your soul with joy. It's like, I just like being with him. I like when he tells me that I'm this and da. So you can only be happy when someone else says so, basically.
Or another thing I hear women say, is like, like, when I had no one there, he was there for me. So it's like, like you feel like you almost owe him.
Like, you're indebted to him for something.
You owe him to be with him because he helped you in a situation. No, like,
men too. Men too. I'll say men stay in relationships for that same reason.
Yeah.
I know we're talking about women staying in relationships for that, but men do that as well.
Yeah.
Like, especially like if you've been there for a downtime for them or whatever, but no, she was there and
or you brought them up.
or do you know what I mean? When I never had nothing, blah blah blah. To me, I don't know about you lot, I want a relationship based on love, not only for what I've done for you, like literally love. Do you get what I mean? Like, because you're just saying you don't love me, you're not in love with me anymore, but you have that mad love for what I've done for you in the past, so you're going to stick with me. But that's when you can start sneaking in people's gardens, climbing over fences and just being where you're not supposed to be, because it's not the in love. We all need to be faithful to someone. I feel like you need to be in love with that person, like actually in love, not just have that love for them. And to be even in love, you have to love yourself first. That's the key. Like, love yourself first, and that's where a lot of ladies fail. Like, we need to. It's getting better though. I see a lot of women uplifting each other now. Getting stronger. That's one good thing I've noticed. Really, and like, we're thankful for sometimes social media. I know it's like bad for relationships, but like for certain things, it's good for women to get together and share their stories on how to encourage each other, because sometimes it's hard to do it alone. Sometimes you need that village to help you get out of that situation. 100. Because
it's not easy. Like, it's not easy by yourself sometimes. And although we like say don't talk out your business too much, but you always have that one strong friend that you should be able to lean on. And if you don't have that friend, you gotta find other avenues to try and help you uplift yourself, because if you can't do it,
I think a good way, if you're in a toxic situation, a good way to come to a realisation and be honest with yourself with what you're really dealing with and when you need to leave is literally sit down and you have to write. I know it sounds silly, you need to write the pros and the cons in your relationship. If that list of all the negativity and the things you don't like and things that make you unhappy is gone way down here, but you can only name about 4 things that make you feel like good in this relationship, babes, you need to leave. You need to leave. Like, honestly, you need to go or pause and find yourself and figure it out, because what are you there for?
Another good thing is, like, if you got like kids, you're a man or you're a female, you got like whatever the same sex as what you got, you think, would you want your daughter or son to be in this kind of relationship? You think, would you want your daughter to be going through what you're going through, or your son to be putting someone through whatever it may be, or your son to go through what he's going through? Would you? Most of the time, no. So if you can say no to your child, you need to get out of that situation. It's easier to
I was just going to say it's a deep one, because it's easier for us to sit down and say this, but obviously sometimes you need to hear things from someone else for you to just sit down and be like, okay, you know what? But you can do this. Like, I'm not sitting here telling people, oh, leave your man. And don't listen to me, boy, because when I'm rubbing with my man, that's not... Don't listen to me. But honestly, if it's toxic and it's not benefiting you or benefiting the person, sometimes, what's that saying? Like, if you love someone enough, you let them go. Like, if sometimes out of love, it's fine to love someone enough to say, you know what? We're not doing good together. I'm not happy. You're not happy. Live your life, I live mine, and that's it.
And we're mainly not talking about like every relationship, we're talking about toxic relationships. We're not talking about those ones that you are all loved up and this. We're talking about those who you know who you are, you know you know who you are, and you know you're doing whatever you're doing. So like,
but it don't even have to. It don't have to be cheating. It don't have to be abuse. It could literally be that you're toxic in the place that you hold each other back. So being with each other, that like them ones are the hardest ones, because you two generally don't notice it, but it's people around you that'll be like, well, like when you're with my girl or when you're with him, like you're not progressing. Like you lot are too comfortable in your setup that no one's willing to progress. Like everyone's just happy to just be stagnant. That is toxic in itself.
And if you have to sneak to be together as well, that's toxic. Because if you like, say like, you know, like the whole thing of you telling your friends and that everyone's now like not really rating the relationship, and now you are going behind everybody and they're linking up and doing that stuff, it's cool to an extent, but really it's not that cool, because if you can't be out and through your relationship, obviously it shouldn't be that then.
No, it depends though. It depends, because some of your friends that might be, no, it depends, because some of you might be with a guy that he's got a history and everyone's telling you don't be with him. Sometimes a man or a woman is not going to be the same person they were with all the other people.
No, but I'm saying a long line of things. I'm not saying that that sounds like more like when he's coming and like he's known as a player basically, and everyone's like, oh, don't worry, we're gonna cheat on you. But I'm talking back, he's done a number of things now, and now your family and friends don't rate him, and now you're secretly going, linking him and being with him, and you're telling people like that. You know it's toxic, then, isn't it? You know
it's definitely toxic. Yeah. But then with that situation, even us saying this into our faces blue, you're gonna go and learn for yourself.
Like some people you can bring this out into the
and you can't make it drink water. So there's gonna be in that situation there's people that people will tell you they're still gonna go, and that's, to me, that's fine, because some people need to go through things to learn. Yeah. Like all of us have had a little time, like for example, little silly things like your mum will say, don't do this, don't do that, or take your time, don't go out quickly, and you have to go through things to be like, right, okay, that's what you was talking about, or oh, I get what you mean now. Do you understand? Some people really do need to just live life themselves to get to the point of the understanding of, okay, that's what you was trying to tell me.
But then when you know in your heart, you know for your own self, like just break away from it, like try to distance yourself from that situation, because it's just not cool for anybody. Like we're trying to uplift each other. Sorry. If sister's telling you knock out her teeth and you know you black out other girl's eye and you're still like, but he's so good to me. I'm thinking, why the hell should you laugh? I shouldn't laugh because this is actually serious, but like that one, I get what you're saying. Yeah. Just hear the thing, because you do get some, as mad as it seems, you get some girls that would know full well that he knock out the girl's teeth, he punch out the baby mom, blah blah blah, and you go be with him. Listen, I've seen a girl be dragged by the man, like dragged, and like a madness, he's thrown her clothes outside and done bare things, and we're all telling her like, look, like, listen, you should leave, and she's been telling us, I ain't got a place. I'm upset. Some of them need to feel though. Some of them need to feel, because there's women, for example, that will see a man have his children, don't check for the youth, diss out the baby mum, then you go have a child with him, expecting something different. Yeah. And that's why I laugh, not because it's the thing, because like those people that you just like, really? Yeah, it's really? Like, alright sis, like who can't hear must feel. Yeah. Really, honestly, like, because you've seen this, you've seen how it is with these other kids. Sometimes I don't understand how you really sit there and think to yourself, no, it's gonna be different with me. I'm gonna change him. I'm gonna be that girl. He's gonna be that, he's gonna be the one. I'm gonna be the one to make him be on point. Yeah, okay. Until you're just like in the same boat as your baby and mother number 5 in the same situation. Now you want to be phoning the other baby mother like, oh my god. Yeah. And then they're the ones that's always pressed about the other baby mom. The baby mom, go on, have him. Yeah. Keep him. Take him, because they know. They know what he comes with, you know what I'm saying? But ladies, we're just trying to uplift a couple people, and we're trying to make sure you ladies don't get into this whole toxic relationship, because you know what, social media and the celebrity couples and stuff and couple goals, they ain't really helping the situation, because a lot of them are toxic, and a lot of people are following relationships that are not even clean. Like they're not just even want to be like, I want that goals, couple goals, and see little stuff and posts like matching. But at home, it's a whole drama. Like I can name a good few list of celebrities right now who've been in dealings and got into the whole madness and domestic violence, this and other baby mothers. And people are worshipping the guy they walk on for why? Because it looks good on the outside. That's it. You only show what people only show what they want you to see on those sort of things. So just, I don't know. I think I just want you lot to understand that what toxic is, when it's toxic, and when you just need to be like, okay, it's time to go. Detach. Like I gotta leave, honey. Yeah, but that was a few of our wise words for y'all. We come and be spitting that game, that righteousness. Yeah, I know. Okay? Sprinkle. But yeah, take from it what you want. Do your own thing. Hopefully but literally just hair. That's it. Innit? Yeah, and hopefully you can inspire someone to leave a toxic relationship or get out or seek advice or speak to somebody about something. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you don't even know when it's toxic. You might just be listening to us and be like, oh my god. Oh my god, I'm in this situation. And it don't always start toxic. Sometimes it's all beautiful, butterflies. More time it starts beautiful. And then it just goes downhill. So yeah. Just, if you're in that situation, like I said, write your list, the goods, the bads, and if the bad outweighs the good, then sis, you got things to think about, okay?
You got
Alright.
things to think about.
Okay.
And only you can do it, okay? No, joking. I need to not get into all that.
But yes,
yeah.
guys, thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Stay tuned.
Like,
Comment.
subscribe.
And don't forget to hit that bell.
Ding, 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 ding. No, I'm joking.
And share, guys. Peace out.
See you.